Good evening, football fans. It's week 8 of high school football, and I'm Logan Carney, bringing you tonight's Mustang matchup against the number 2 ranked Penn Trafford Warriors. Your Mustangs entered this week 5-2 overall, 4-2 in section, but they've lost 2 of their last 3 games. Last week on the road to McKeesport, the Mustangs were defeated by a score of 42-7. The Mustangs were limited to just 66 yards of total offense, and their only score was on a 60-yard interception turned for a touchdown by Kevin Brown. The Mustangs are led into this must-win matchup, of course, by former NFL player Matt Morgan. Penn Trafford comes into this game on a tear. They've won 17 consecutive regular season matchups dating back to 2013. This is including the 63-0 victory they had against Shaler last week. Coach John Wayne's offense is led by a big 3 in quarterback Brent LaFoon, running back Josh Lishman, and wide receiver Timmy Vecchio. LaFoon holds the career record for most passing touchdowns at Penn Trafford and has 16 on the season, 10 of them caught by Vecchio. Lishman has rushed for 683 yards so far this year, adding 11 touchdowns himself. Penn Trafford is complete overall, leading Quad A in scoring offense, averaging 50.3 points per game, and scoring defense, allowing just 6.1 points per game on average. They've scored at least 42 points in each game, except their 21-7 win against McKeesport earlier this year. They've also only failed to eclipse 20 points once during their 17-game regular season streak, but good news for the Mustangs. That one time was against Plum last year when they beat the Mustangs just 17-10 at home. Once again, I'm Logan Carney, joined today by my good friends Dylan Fantone, Tyler Wilson, Matt Bohinski, Dylan Morello, and the real deal himself, Mr. Rick Barat. Now, guys, tonight is a must-win game if the Mustangs want to have any shot at second in the section. What does Plum have to do in order to shut down Penn Trafford on both sides of the ball? Matt, I'll start with you.
Well, Logan, it's no secret that Penn Trafford is good on both sides of the ball. In order to be the second in Whippeals, you have to be. And we just got to put that out of our mind, focus on playing the game. We are also great on both sides of the ball, great run game, great pass game, and we can't forget about our defense. So if we just play our game, play hard, hit hard, run hard, I think we're going to be fine.
Dylan, your thoughts?
Well, you know, it's all about the mentality. You want to come in with the right mindset. Also, spread the wealth today. You know, give a bunch of the players, you know, a touch of the ball, get their legs moving right early, and I think we should be fine tonight.
Mr. Barat, your thoughts?
I agree with what Matt and Dylan said, guys. You know, you do have to spread the wealth. You know, maybe we'll see a little bit more tonight of Patrick Rossi, a quarterback. You know, I think Plum wants to eat up minutes, and we might see more of the pistol or the so-called wildcat, as the public seems to say. But boy, oh boy, Dylan, all the scrimmages I've taped for the last 4 years, I'm looking at the roster now, and you mentioned it in your opening pregame. They Vecchio, Brett LaFoon, and Jonah Lisbon. I'll be happy. Hopefully this is the last time we'll ever have to say them, because they are great players, but I'll be glad when they're not playing Plum. I mean, Vecchio, these guys all had good games against us last year. You know, you were there when we were at Penn Trafford. So, you know, Penn Trafford's getting ready to receive now. Plum's going to have to, you know, they have to start off better than they did against McKeesport. I mean, that was just a disaster, as McKeesport had that first play from scrimmage and they ran for a touchdown. So hopefully this will be a lot better competitive game, and I'd like to see Plum come out on the winning end tonight, guys.
Of course, to kick off, we see Jacob Chapla, Division I prospect for our Mustangs. Back to return will be Timmy Vecchio and number 7, Joey Perduzzi. And the kick is up, and this one will go into the end zone. Looks like he caught it in the end zone for a touchback. Which is huge, and we've talked about that all year, and now that Dylan's here also. I mean, to have a weapon, you know, as Jacob Chapla, to kick that ball off and have Penn Trafford start off at the 20-yard line maybe instead of like the 25 or 30 or 35 is huge. We talked about this back in North Hills. They returned it back when their foot was back in the end zone.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
This time, though, we'll call it a touchback.
And we'll take that.
We'll see LaFoon in at quarterback. It was actually Lisbon who will run off, and he will get down past the 40. He's still on his feet down to the 50, and he will get pushed out of bounds at the 45. He came out with Lisbon first, not LaFoon, and they start with a huge gain there for a first down.
And that was a good play there by Patrick Rossi to push him out of bounds, but still, my oh my, we were obviously Penn Trafford saw that McKeesport tape and realized that McKeesport ran a lot of misdirection against the Mustangs. So, and this is typical Penn Trafford. What you'll see now, if Tyler can zoom out a little bit, 4 wide receivers, shotgun, spread the defense out, pick and choose. And when you have it, when you have a quarterback, obviously, like LaFoon, I mean, he can just pick and choose where he wants to go.
LaFoon in empty set. He's going to try and throw deep. He would just overthrow his man. The intended receiver was number 5, Tyler Bruno. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 with 11:43 remaining in the first quarter.
Yes, and that was great pressure by the Plum defense, number 6, which I do not know who that is at the time.
There's no number 6 listed on our roster.
Stopped up a little bit at the line there, Bruno.
Again, we will see LaFoon in empty set, and it will be on the keeper, and he will run it up the middle. And it looks like he will just miss the first down by a couple of yards. So we see 3rd down and 2 to approach 11:30 here remaining in the first quarter.
A little bit of everything so far.
Yeah, you hate to say early on this is a big down, but this is a big down. And this might actually be 4 down territory also if Plum stops him.
So now we will see Lispin line up behind LaFoon. Be a motion. He will run to the near side of the camera, and he will hand it off to Lispin, and the Mustangs defense will stop him behind the line for a loss on the play. Now we'll see if they do try and go for it here. Mr. Bart mentioned it'll be 4 down territory, so we get under 11 minutes here remaining in the first quarter.
Now, I would originally say yes, and they haven't brought on the punt unit yet, but that was a loss of a couple, so now it's 4th and a long 4, guys, at the 36. And this is only the 2nd time I'm saying it tonight, but this is one of the bigger plays of the game.
LaFoon will be in shotgun. Lispin lined up next to him. 4 wide receivers out. And he will throw. He has great pressure, and he will get sacked for a loss of 6 on the play. It looked to be number 85, Zachary Nolan, who got in behind the line along with a couple other Mustangs to bring him down. And a huge, huge play by the Mustangs to turn the ball over, and there'll be good field position to start this drive.
Yeah, that's a big play by Zach Nolan, get pressure on the outside to force LaFoon to step up into the pocket.
We heard a lot coming into this matchup that we will see Patrick Crossy in the Wildcat quarterback, but we will see Corey Thomas here to start the game.
Really love to see Corey Aaron out here at Ashton Teeter to give Penn Trafford something to think about. Ashton Teeter wide to our left, right at us, closest to the box.
And Corey Thomas will
there
throw.
There he goes, baby.
He
Ashton
throws
Teeter deep
to Ashton. And it will be tipped by the PT defender. It was broken up by number 3, Timmy Vecchio.
Yeah, that was a great play on the ball. Not calling a penalty on that too. That's a tough play to defend, especially with Ashton Teeter. He can run, man. He'll smoke you.
PT, as we mentioned, they have the best scoring defense in all of Whitfield, along with the best offense. Just ranked 2 behind Woodland Hills. Of course, always has a great football team.
41-yard line, the Mustangs force Penn Trafford to turn it over on down.
Now we'll see Thomas on center. Actually, it'll be Patrick Crosby who hand the ball off. Looks like to be number 8, Nicholas Coxon. Coxon, one of the many great running backs the Mustangs have. He will run the ball up for a couple of yards. And we will see 3rd down, looks like 9. They're only going to give him a yard on that one as we're under 10 minutes now remaining in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, 0-0 your score. The Mustangs forced a turnover on the Warriors. So a big sack by Zachary Nolan. They started this drive at the 41, and now they're at the 42. 3rd down and 9. 9:30 remaining in the first quarter. Still 0-0. And a quarterback again will be Patrick Crossy in a Wildcat. And he will throw.
It is complete, and
It is completed. That was number 20, Dylan Whiteman. We haven't seen him as much offensively in recent weeks, but he was huge at the beginning of the year. And they will get a nice completion, but it will not be enough for the first down. And now we will see Jacob Chaplin, the punt unit, trot onto the field.
Yeah, that was definitely a risky play. Fourth down, short pass, but a third down, short pass. But we're seeing punted off here. Hopefully we get better the next time, I guess.
Back to return is Timmy Vecchio, and he looks like he will wave the fair catch. He'll go inside the 10 as he stumbles when he catches it. They'll spot him down at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, do you want to talk about hang time? That punt had a lot of hang time. That's exactly what he was trying to do. You can tell right from when he started kicking, he was going for not as much of a distance, but for height, and he certainly did. And that was a great punt. It was the first year Chaplin's been punting, and he's been doing a great job.
Yeah, but now the Mustangs have great defensive field position. Let's try to get a safety here.
Mustangs defense pretty much shut down PT's passing game last year. We cannot find official stats on that one. And Jonas Lisman will run to the outsides, and he will get the first down and a little bit more, and they will spot him down at the 21-yard line. So a nice pickup of 15 there by Lispan. As we're going back, PT came into last year one of the better passing offenses in all of WPIAL, and the Mustangs shut them down. Unfortunately, the running back at the time was senior Devin Austin, had over 200 yards rushing and pretty much carried PT to a victory in a game all the Mustang players thought they had a huge upset in their hands. And we'll see LaFood in shotgun. Lispan will, Vecchio will motion to the outside. He will hand it off to Lispan. Lispan will run up the middle, and they will give him 5. So we see 2nd down and 5 as we are now under 8 minutes remaining in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, still 0-0 your score. I'm joined by Dylan Morello, Matt Bohinski, Tyler Wilson, Mr. Rick Barat, the real deal himself, and of course Dylan Fantone.
Yeah, Lisbon he's definitely a little bit of power, a little bit of speed. He's been powering through the last few plays, you can tell, but definitely good.
Now we see LaFoon in a shotgun empty set. Lispan motions to the other side. And LaFoon will keep it, and he will run to the outside. He will get the first down.
He's up to the 35.
And be tackled down. It looks like the 36-yard line is where they're going to spot him down. 7:27 remaining in the first quarter. 1st and 10, ball in the 36 for the Warriors.
He's definitely not afraid to run it, that's for sure. And he has legs on him where he shouldn't be afraid, to be honest, because you've seen here early in this game, the QB run is not uncommon for this team, especially for him. So
he had a 1-yard rush for a touchdown last year against the Mustangs. Coming to this game is the all-time leading touchdown thrower for PT. LaFoon will hand this one off to Lispan. Lispan will run, and he will get, looks like they're going to give him 5, actually 4 on that one. So we see 2nd down and 6, with 6:56 remaining in the first quarter, ball on the 40-yard line for the PT Warriors.
Yeah, Plum definitely, they're definitely adjusting. You can tell every run that they've had has gradually gotten shorter and shorter, so Plum's definitely doing a good job adjusting.
Keysport had a huge game on the ground last week against the Mustangs. PT must have watched their film as they're going to try to do the same here. They have not thrown the ball that much so far in this game. LaFoon in shotgun. And he will throw this time. He has Vecchio behind the line. Vecchio will get past the line. He'll get past the first down. He's going to run up the sideline. He'll get knocked out of bounds. Looks like they're going to spot him out at the 36-yard line, the Mustangs 36. We're now at 6:16, which is where the clock will start. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Ball on the Mustang 36-yard line.
Yeah, key block number 5 on for PT. He freed him up. Gave him a few extra yards. Just let him run. That was a great block by number 5. Definitely on the same page there.
That was number 5, Tyler Bruno, for the PT Warriors, on the block that Matt Bohinski mentioned. LaFoon will run in at quarterback. He will again be in shotgun. Lispan behind him. Looks like an obvious running play here. Vecchio will motion to the outside. And they'll actually throw this time. Only one receiver out. It is Vecchio. Vecchio has it open, and he dives for it, but it will be just out of reach of the diving Vecchio.
Yeah, Logan. Yeah, they got you on that one too. You thought they were going to be a run play, and I think they got the defense too, but luckily throw off a little bit, and that'll give us another chance to stop them here.
See 6:10 remaining in the first quarter. PT, second down and 10, ball on the Mustang 36. Laffoon in shotgun. He'll hand it off to Lispin. Lispin runs the outside. He's got a couple nice blocks. He has some room. He will break a tackle and get into the end zone for the first score of the game. And Penn Trafford, their dynamic offense, does it first. And they will take a 6-0 lead. Could be 7-0, depending on the extra point attempt.
And once again, it's PT running it. I mean, the Plum, we were adjusting, but it seems like we still have a couple holes.
Yeah, wow, like that play was just so good. He shook guys off left and right. His legs were going a mile a minute. That was a great play.
The high snap on the kick. That was Nick Tarabella who kicks that one up for the extra point. So with 6:01 remaining in the first quarter, the PT Penn Trafford Warriors will take a 7-0 lead on the Mustangs here early.
And this is a big possession for the Mustangs now. You want to respond right away, hopefully tie this game up. You don't want to go down by 2 touchdowns just in the first quarter. So.
Yeah, I should have mentioned this in my pregame. I feel that whatever team gets ahead first, gets ahead by a lot, more than 1 touchdown, is probably going to take this game, and we still have a chance to stop that with this, not only this possession, but the next few, if our defense does their job as well. So we're just going to have to see here. It's still really early in this game. 6 minutes left in the first.
Back to return for the Mustangs will be number 81, Patrick Crossy, number 5, Kevin Brown. Both very athletic players. Kicking off will be number 28, Nick Tarabella. Patrick returned a kick for a touchdown this year. He's returned multiple ones, but a lot of them has been called back. We'll see if he can put the Mustangs here. It looks like PT, perhaps seeing that film, will kick the one short. And that'll be number 44. Number 4, Nicholas Colasano, who returned that onto the PT side. Great field position for the Mustangs to start this drive here.
No, to be honest, Logan, that did not look like it was on purpose. I watched the kicker as he kicked it, and he looked really disappointed. He stomped his foot in anger, so good for Plum at least. But he's definitely gonna try not to do that again in the future.
In our quarterback now, we will see Corey Thomas. We saw Patrick Crossy more early in the game. Corey Thomas started, threw a pass, and then came off. Now we see Corey Thomas in shotgun. And there's the snap. He will hand the ball off. That was number 27, Nicholas Pampina, who got the carry. It will be a loss. About 2 on that one.
Yeah, Nick Pampina, running back, one of the running backs here, being played on defense. So how versatile he really is. He had a great game against Connersville, a few big runs. So we're going to see if they ever put him in a running back.
I'm not just referring to the Connersville game. The last home game we were here, he came in when the Mustangs were a lot. He hasn't been featured as much in this Mustang running game as a few others, but that huge game he had when he came in against Connersville perhaps raised some eyebrows on the Mustang sidelines. We see a flag here. It looks like it was the PT defender, but they're cheering, but the Mustangs will be backing up for a false start penalty called on the Mustang offensive line.
Yeah, that's going to be big in this game. Penalties, take what we can get and try not to give too many yards. And PT has been showing, even Plum has been showing a pretty disciplined game. First penalty coming pretty late in the first quarter, so.
So we see 2nd and 16, 5:10 remaining in the first quarter now. PT leads this one 7-0 on the run by Lipson. Corey Thomas, he will hand the ball off to Brown. Brown will run to the outside. He has an extra burst, and they'll give him, looks like they're going to give him a yard. So we see, actually they're going to give him back to the line. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 with 4:40 remaining in the first quarter. The Mustangs are behind in this one, 7-0.
Yeah, safe to say, Kevin Brown definitely the first string running back. They give to him the most, and for good reasons, because he's pretty good, to say the least. So
Corey Thomas in shotgun now. So 2 receivers closer on our screen here. Corey Thomas is going to throw. He's throwing deep, and he would throw over. Looks like the intended receiver was Dylan Whiteman. He threw over his head. Could have been a missed route by someone, but nonetheless, we see 4th down and 10. Jacob Chappell on to punt.
yeah, Corey always has to shake off the nerves at the beginning of the game. So throughout time of the game, he usually starts to settle down and play his game.
It's Timmy Vecchio back to return the punt. Chappell's punt is up. And Vecchio will wait the fair catch and let it bounce into the end zone for a touchback. So at 4:07 is where time will PT have in the first quarter to start this drive. They'll get the ball in the 20, 1st and 10. They lead this one 7-0.
Yeah, this is definitely not as still pretty close game, I should say. Being that we're playing one of the best teams in the state, I'm still thoroughly impressed with how Plum has been playing.
Yeah, like you said, Matt, you don't want to go up. Whoever gets up by 2 touchdowns early, they're, the percentage of them winning is pretty big. So got a big stop here right now.
Yeah, definitely.
And this one, he got the snap, and the Wildcat will run up the middle, and he will get about 4. So be 2nd down and 6, ball on the 24-yard line. 3:55 remaining in the first quarter. PT leads this one 7-0.
Yeah, and again, Plum starting with a great field position. That touchback really gave us some room to play defense. Still offense is playing with a big field right now. So if we can just limit the big plays, make them go little by little, we should be fine here.
Now we see Laffoon in at quarterback. He is in shotgun. Lisp is behind him, and he will get the handoff. Lispin runs up the middle, and he will get the 1st down and about 4 more. So they will spot him down at the 39.
And once again, it's the running from PT. Coaching staff has to make some adjustments here.
Friction will be at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10, 3:15 remaining in the first quarter. PT leads this one 7-0 if you're just joining us. The first drive of the game, just a quick recap. The Mustangs were able to hold PT to nothing as they got the ball over on 4 downs. For the Mustangs, couldn't capitalize, and PT took the lead. And now PT has the ball again. It's the Mustangs punt, and he will hand the ball off. The food, and that was handed off to number 25, Christian Jantz.
It's a hard hit by Dylan Whiteman. He lit him up behind the line of scrimmage. That was a great job to get past the defenders and just laid on the running back.
And see, that's the adjustment you want to see from Plum. Perfect execution of stopping the run there.
Definitely.
Christian Lance did not get anything. Lost 4 on that one. So we see 2nd down and 14. Ball on the 30-yard line with 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
And now it's a 2nd down and 13 for the Warriors after that 3-yard loss.
And there's the snap. Laffoon will throw that to the outside. It is completed. That was number 22, Ben Davis, who got the catch, and they would not get back to the line. He will looks like he will get a couple yards back. And you see 3rd down and 13, ball on the 31 with 2:05 remaining in the first quarter. The Mustangs trail this one 7-0.
Yeah, Plum definitely not going easy on them on the sidelines. Not settling for a little shove out. They're definitely making sure that they're down, even if they're a little bit out of bounds. It's good. They're playing aggressive. That's what we want to see here.
We mentioned Plum's defense. And during PT's 17-game regular season win streak, are the only ones to hold them to under 20 points. That was last year. The Mustangs lost 17-10. And we'll see Laffoon in shotgun, empty backfield. He will throw. He has Vecchio. There's a flag on the play. Vecchio will not be able to make the catch. And we have to see when his flag is on. And it looks like it's going to be against PT.
motion is going to be the call.
It's going to be illegal motion is going to be the call.
Good call, Matt. The penalty will be declined, and now we will see the punt units take the field. The Mustangs are able to stop PT again. 2:01 remaining in the first quarter. 7-0. The Mustangs trail this one. Back to return will, of course, be Patrick Crossy, one of the best return men in Whippeals. And into punt will be
2:01 left to go.
Nick. And there's a low snap. And the Foon will try to throw it. It was fumble. The Mustangs do have it. They're still looking at it. Going in. It's going back and back. The Mustangs, do they have a touchdown? We've not seen any signal yet, but it looks like the Mustangs might have got the ball in the end zone.
Logan, it looked like PT picked that up. It might be a safety or maybe a touchdown if a Plum player picked that up, so we don't know.
Looks like they're going to spot it down at the 1 or the 2-yard line. My correction, the 2-yard line with 1:46 remaining in the first quarter. The Mustangs, we talked about how they've got great field position, but now they get the best field position we have ever seen to start a drive this season.
And there you go. You get the lucky bounces. You know, that's the football gods are on our side right now, boys.
It looked like a bunch of guys trying to catch a running chicken, man. You had to fall on that ball. There's no way you're going to pick up and run there.
Jason Hubner was the one that recovered that one. We see Patrick Crossy in Wildcat. Not be shocked if he just takes this one. And the PT defender jumped, and that will put the Mustangs at the 1-yard line.
Couldn't ask for a better situation here.
1:46 remaining in the first quarter. The Mustangs trailing this one. They are in the Heinz red zone. Get your thick and rich ketchup at your local Giant Eagle.
I will. We'll talk about good field position. Yeah, like Dylan said, the football gods, I think they're like Plum right now. Let's hope we don't make them too mad.
First and 1, ball on the 1. Patrick Crossy in quarterback, and he will run this one up. Does he have it? We have not seen a single. They are still fighting for it. It doesn't look like he got it. Mustang sideline says touchdown, but it looks like they're going to mark him short. So you see second down and inches. 1:30 clock ticking away here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Logan, everyone involved in that play. That looked like something you'd see in rugby. A bunch of people just pushing one way. It looks like they're going to be just a little bit short, but we still got a few plays to get it down. So
Patrick Crossy return as quarterback. The Mustangs threatening here inside the 1-yard line. 5 seconds remaining on the play clock. 3, 2, and there's the snap. And the Mustangs got a touchdown. And that is huge. Huge. 51.2 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Jacob Chaplow will come out to attempt the extra point to try and tie this game up. What a huge, huge moment for the Mustangs. And of course, it all goes back to the botched snap by Brent LaFoon, who was in at punter. And the Mustangs got the ball at the 2 and we were able to pound it in there for a touchdown. The extra point is up and it is good. Huge kick. And that will tie the game up 7-7 with 51.2, the exact time remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, great play call. Good thing we didn't have Pete Carroll as a coach there. He would have called for a pass probably. So good run to push that in. That's a tough play. They had everyone. PT had all 11 of their players stacked up, and we got it through. So that was great.
And that's what you want to see from the Mustangs, capitalizing on PT's errors. Just keep on working here. Way to tie it up before the first quarter ends.
The Mustangs fell out of the rankings last week after their disappointing blowout loss against McKeesport. Right now, they're threatening against PT. 7-7 here as we're about to end the first quarter. 51 seconds remaining.
Yeah, amazing. One snap can just change the game that fast. I don't mind, obviously, but Looks like they're going to have the same people to return for PT, the star running back. Jake Chapler kicking as usual.
And there is the kick. And this one will hang there for a bit, but it will be returned. That is Vecchio. Vecchio will run up the upside the side, and he will get tackled at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, that definitely is an uncommon sight, seeing Jake Chaplin not kick it over the end zone, but it's not terrible field position for Plum though, so take what we can get.
It's like a very generous spot here. We'll put them at the 30, so we see 1st and 10. The Warriors will start this drive. Ball on the 30 on with 43.9 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Your score is tied. Lispin will get the carry, and he will get hit after gaining 5 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 5. Ball on the 35. So we get under 30 seconds here remaining in the first quarter. 7-7 your score.
Yeah, that was a great play. Great. It's tough to contain Lispin here, especially this game. He has the thought of the last touchdown, a lot of confidence right now. So that was great job by Plum.
Laffoon in shotgun, Lispin behind him. 2 wide receivers out. See a man in motion on this side. Laffoon is going to throw. It will be knocked out of the PT player's hand. That was Patrick Crossy who knocked it out of the Penn Trafford's player's hand. Mac, do you have any read on the PT player, the intended receiver on that one?
No, look, I was going to say, I think that Nick Coxon was involved in that as well. I'm not sure who got the hit or not, but
we couldn't see the number of the PT player that was the intended receiver. And nonetheless, the Mustangs, huge defensive play there. And now we see 3rd and 5 on the 35 as we start the second quarter. To recap what happened in the first quarter, PT got the ball, they got down the field, and then they got held on 4 downs. The Mustangs got the turnover. They couldn't do anything on their first drive of the game and had to punt the ball back before PT was able to capitalize and get into the end zone on the run by Lispin. The Mustangs would then get the ball back, and again, they would have to punt it off to PT before they would force PT to punt. And on a botched snap by Brent Laffoon, who came out as the punter, put the Mustangs at the 2-yard line. It was Jason Hubner, the senior, with the recovery on that one. And then Patrick Crossy was able to run it into the end zone on a couple of plays for the Mustangs touchdown. And 7-7, your score here as we start the second quarter. Ball on the 35. PT needs 5 yards for the first down. Laffoon in shotgun, he will throw. He has Vecchio, and that will be enough for the first down. That'll put them at, it's like they're going to say, the 43-yard line. So there's a 7-yard reception. The 7 seconds ticked off the clock there. 11:53 remaining in the second quarter.
Yeah, you see here PT not afraid to pass now. They started off the game with a lot of runs. Now they're definitely passing a little bit more. They've been doing okay at it, so see what they decide to do.
Laffoon in shotgun. Behind them will be Lispin. And you hand the ball off to Lispin. Lispin will run up the middle, and he will get a lot. Huge gain. So they're going to give him 8. Huge gain on that one. So we see 2nd and 2 coming up with 11:25 remaining in the half.
Yeah, good job by Plum to stop him though. Once he gets going, it's tough to stop him, and they definitely did. So great play by Plum as well, despite the multiple yards by Lispin.
So we see 2nd down and 2 for PT. Ball on the 48-yard line. And Laffoon will hand the ball off, and it'll be stopped by behind Lispin. So they're going to say a loss of 3 on that one. A huge stop again by the Mustangs defense.
Nick Coxon with a big hit there, coming up from behind, taking him out from the legs. That was phenomenal.
Matt mentioned early on this drive, PT trying to reinvent their passing game. Let's bring us to our trivia question of the day. We will give you the answer in the third quarter. Who was last year's game's leading receiver in terms of yards for both teams? For both teams is the key word there. LaFoon in shotgun, empty set. He will throw. He has his man, and that will be a first down. That is number 7, Joey Peduzzi, on the catch, and that'll give Penn Trafford another first down there. So 10:06 remaining in the half, and that will put the ball, looks like, the 46-yard line.
It's getting real hard for the Plum defense right now. The PT's doing real well of mixing up running plays and passing plays. Plum just has to read them and figure out what's happening here.
Yeah, definitely, Dylan. I agree.
And there's going to be a personal foul call against the Mustangs. This is a costly penalty of 15 yards. It's a very, very costly penalty. The Mustangs struggled with penalties against Connellsville the last home game. They did much better against McKeesport in terms of the penalty department. And we've seen 2 early. This one is huge, costly. It puts Penn Trafford up the 30-yard line. So 9:50 remaining in the half. First and 10 for Penn Trafford on the 30-yard line. 7-7 your score. LaFoon will throw. He will throw deep. He has Vecchio. Vecchio will make the catch for the touchdown. What a perfect throw there. What a perfect route by Vecchio. We've seen 2 of the best passing duo in all of Whitfield connect for their first throwing touchdown of the game. That'll be number 17 on the year for LaFoon. And the kickoff will be number 28, Nick Trelabella, who will kick it up, and that will be good. So 14-7 lead for PT. Penn Trafford Warriors, who hear us refer to them as PT a lot, is more commonly referred to. 9:38 remaining in the first half, and Mustangs will get the ball back.
Yeah, Logan, as much as I am a Mustang fan, I'm also a football fan, and I will say that was an excellent play by PT. Even though it was against Plum, you gotta tip your hat to the PT quarterback for that connection. So.
And right now it's time for Plum to just put on the work boots here. Once again, they're down by only 1 possession, so here's a deciding drive for Plum.
Yeah, this is a position that we'd rather not be in, but we did fine last time with that big touchdown, that big fumble. So we're just going to have to see how they play back and, come back. And only time will tell. Only time will tell, definitely.
14-7, Penn Trafford.
Nick Tarabella will be on the kickoff. Back to return will be Brown and Crossy. The first one was short, put the Mustangs great field position. And this one will also be short, but Crossy will pick this one up. He stumbles a bit as he picks it up. He'll get past the 20 and tackled at about the 21. Spun around by PT cover man.
Looked like he grabbed his jersey on that play too.
Yeah, I physically threw my arms up in protest because he definitely grabbed something that wasn't legal there. But yeah, well,
Refs didn't see that one.
Yeah.
So our guys up here in the booth expect either, thought they saw a horse collar play, but it would not be called. Now we see first and 10. Ball on the 22-yard line from the Mustangs. In that quarterback, looks like it'll be Crossy in shotgun. 3 wide receivers closer to us. And Crossy on the keeper. Great play action there as he will run up and get the first down. And that fooled about every PT defender. And now the Mustangs have a first down. 9:27 remaining in the half.
That even fooled me, Logan. I was looking right, and Plum was running left there, so
Talks about PT stealing a play from a Key Sports playbook. Maybe the Mustangs stole one theirs. Key Sports commonly known to run option plays like that. That time gave the Mustangs a first down, a huge gain there. So this one starting the 33-yard line, 1st and 10, 9:09 remaining in the half. Crossy handing the ball off. There's a flag on the play. It looks like this one is going to be backed up. Yep, and this one will be backed up 5 yards on that one. So receive 1st and 15 now. Ball on the 28-yard line with 9:05 remaining in the half. PT leads this one 14-7.
Yeah, Logan, I said this earlier in the game. Discipline is big, really big in this kind of big game against this great team. We can't afford to lose yards and give yards. So
it's the 3rd penalty against the Mustangs so far in this game. Corey Thomas in a quarterback now. He is in shotgun, and he is going to hand the ball off to Brown. Brown's going to run up the middle, and he will get tackled. He'll be across 30. Looks like they're going to spot him down at the 31-yard line. Maybe in between the 30 and the 31. So you see 2nd down and 12. That's 8:20 remaining in the half.
Yeah, Brown yet to have a big monstrous play here. He just needs a little bit more time. We're definitely going to see him before the end of the game. It's definitely not uncommon to see him running down the field all alone. So
Patrick Crossy come out at quarterback. He will be in shotgun. Patrick, he's already thrown a pass this game. He's the only quarterback to come out of the Wildcat and throw a pass for the Mustangs, and he'll be hit. It was a huge hit by Ben Davis. So it looks like there'll be a loss of 1 on that one. There's a flag on the play.
Got a yard. There is a flag on the play as well.
They said Crosby.
It's against Plum, Logan. And it looks like Penn Trafford, I believe they're going to decline in here. We'll see what the ref says here. Legal shift against the Mustangs. That is declined. I think that's actually a good call here by the Warriors, because it is now 3rd and 12. So rather have 3rd and 12 than 2nd and 17.
So it'll be 3rd down and 12, ball on the 32-yard line, 7:40 remaining in the half. Corey Thomas in quarterback, and he will throw. He will overthrow Kevin Brown behind the line there. So now we will see 4th down. Mustangs in the punt unit will trot onto the field.
Yeah, Logan, he's a young guy still, only 10th grade. Little mistakes like that tend to outgrow those throughout time, and he definitely has time. So
we'll see 2 back to return for Penn Trafford, being number 3, Timmy Vecchio, and number 5, Tyler Bruno.
Well, guys, when Plum has put themselves in position here as it's 4th and 12 with 7:35 left, is they'll need a defensive stop. They'll have to get the ball back.
Jacob Chapla received the snap, and he will punt this one. This is a good punt here.
Bouncing.
Wow. He will take a very Mustang bounce inside the 15. And that one will be stopped at the 13-yard line. So a great punt by Jacob Chappell there will give Penn Trafford horrible field position to start this drive with 7:22 remaining in the half.
That was a net of 56 yards for Jacob Chappell. So, and exactly what Plum needed there. Push Penn Trafford back a little bit, so hopefully Plum can hold them 3 and out, and get the ball back here rather quickly.
Yeah, Chappell definitely looking like a more well-rounded kicker, learning how to punt really good. Colleges love to see that.
Sure. And we'll see LaFoon in quarterback, empty set, in shotgun. Man in motion, will go to the right side. LaFoon will get the low snap, and he'll get hit behind the line. We don't know if, it looks like they're going to say he got back to it. It looks to be a loss of 1 on the play from up here. But I'm just a broadcaster, and they'll get back to the line. So we see 2nd down and 10. There's 7 minutes remaining in the half.
Sorry, guys. That was TV Production 3 student Mike Simboli with a big tackle there. So
got through LaFoon's legs and set up the Plum touchdown. Now,
6:50 remaining in the half. 14-7. The Warriors lead this one. Second down and 10. Ball on the 14-yard line.
two receivers far side. Now they send Vecchio in motion.
And Buffoon will throw. He will throw deep.
Down the far sideline.
And he finds his man wide open, and he gets down to about the 48-yard line.
Had to be blown coverage there or something, guys, because there was two wide receivers wide open and only free safety Pat Crossy out there. So I think the hesitation, the little pump, and what a big game by Penn Trafford to bring the ball up at midfield.
That was Joey Peduzzi on the catch there. It'll be 6:30 remaining in the half now. First and 10, ball on the 48-yard line for the Warriors. They lead this one 14-7.
Yeah, Pat making sure he was down, out of bounds, fighting till he heard the whistle there. So
Buffoon in shotgun. Lipson behind him.
Calls timeout there. Buffoon did not see, he saw something he didn't like, and he has the ability to do that. He is a senior quarterback, so Penn Trafford calls a timeout with 6:31 left to go here in the second quarter. Just joining us, the Warriors with a 14-7 lead over the Mustangs.
yeah, Plum doing a great job, despite a lot of people's expectations, to be honest. Penn Trafford being one of the best teams in the state, really not far behind at all, one possession. So we have a lot of time to come back, a lot of time to fight, and it's not uncommon for us to come from behind. So.
No, there's no doubt, Matt. So we have to wait and see here. Again, it'd been nice if Plum was able to stop them down low. So, but Plum has to get back the ball. Even if Penn Trafford gets some sort of points on this drive, Plum's going to have to get some points on their drive, and they get the ball back to start the second half.
Penn Trafford using a timeout there at their own 48 right before a first.
Penn Trafford will take it back. Their own 48. Buffoon still in at shotgun. First and 10. 6:31 is where the clock is at remaining in the half. Buffoon in shotgun. Lipson behind them. See Vecchio motion to the other side.
Lisbon in the backfield behind.
And Buffoon will throw. He has, looks like the Mustangs are going to wrap him up behind the line. Huge loss on that one.
Dylan Whiteman again with the sack. He's been everywhere today. Offense, defense, behind the line of scrimmage. He's been having a great game. To sum it up in the one sentence there.
And a huge loss of 9 on that one. So see, second down and 19 to go for the Warriors.
Scoreboard has 18, but I agree with you, Logan. It is 19. The ball is on the 39. They have to get to the Mustang 42. So that's 19.
On that sack.
Big loss. Big play by the Mustangs defense, guys.
Buffoon an empty set, and he will throw. The Mustangs defense is all over him, but he will find a way to get out of it and get hit.
Great tackle.
That was 27, Nicholas Pampina, and the tackle there.
If Nick does not make that tackle, he's still running right now as I talk. So that was a big play again by the Mustangs defense, and it's still third and a ton here for the Warriors.
Yeah, Pampina definitely showing that he has defensive skills here. On paper, he's a running back, but now he's hitting hard on defense, and hopefully he could keep doing this.
And it's nice to see his hard work paying off, getting more and more game action.
And it looks like there's going to be a timeout there called by the Mustangs. They'll stop the clock at 4:58 in the half. The Mustangs are trailing this one 14-7, but they've been playing great defense so far. A couple great plays, including the huge fumble recovery that put them at the 2-yard line and allowed them to score their first touchdown of the game. When we come back from the timeout, Penn Trafford will take this one at the 39-yard line. Actually, at the 41-yard line. 3rd and 17. The scoreboard still says 39, but it's actually at the 41.
Yeah, while we have this break, big turnout for this game on both sides, actually. PT, I don't know if you can see it in the camera. Yeah, you can. A lot of people for PT here, and it's definitely a loud game. This broadcast of Plum Mustangs football and all other broadcasts of Plum Mustangs Sports Network are copyrighted from the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of Plum TV and the Plum Mustangs Sports Network is strictly prohibited, so do not do that, folks, please.
Buffoon in shotgun, empty set. He will throw, of course. He has some pressure, and he attended it for number 5, Tyler Bruno, but Bruno would not be able to come down with it. Now we see the punt unit trot onto the field again for the PT Penn Trafford Warriors.
There you go. Great defensive stop by Plum. They really bared down here. You know, the defense is keeping Plum in the game, and now it's up to the offense, you know, to step up the same way the defense is and, you know, get this game tied before halftime.
4:55 remaining in the half. Back to return will be Patrick Crossy. There's the punt by Buffoon. And this one will bounce, take a very, very Warrior bounce inside the 20. It looks like go to the 14-yard line.
Yeah, Logan, definitely better than the last punt that PT had. Unfortunately, I should say, but not terrible for Plum. Pretty far back, but they're not bad playing with a big field. One big play can put them in a completely different area. So let's see what Plum does here.
Plum doesn't want to be too aggressive here. You know, you still got time. 4:43 left in the half. You know, just take your time. You know, yard by yard.
Matt mentioned the turnout of the crowd. It is whiteout night for our student section over there, showing great support as always. Corey Thomas in shotgun, and he will throw, and it will be caught by Patrick Crossy, who gets the first down. Patrick doing everything tonight. I mentioned the defense trying to get them back in the game. Patrick Crossy as well trying to get them back in the game. One of the senior captains on this Mustang squad.
Yeah, Patrick Crossy, a renaissance man in football, defense, offense, wide receiver, quarterback. He can do everything, except for maybe lineman. But other than that, he's everywhere.
Corey Thomas will remain at quarterback, and Patrick Crossy remain at wide receiver. Clock is at 4:22 in the half. Play clocks. They'll actually reset the game clock at 4 minutes and 30 seconds. That's what the delay was, as there's a 10 yards pass there. Give the Mustangs a first down. They're trailing 14-7, but big first down there. And a bunch of more could put them right back in this game, tie it up. Corey Thomas in shotgun. Hand the ball off to Brown. Brown would run to the outside. He would make a move back to the middle, and he would try to get away from the PT defenders, but he would get hit behind the line. So big loss from the Mustangs there. Now we see second down and 15 with 4 minutes remaining in the half.
Yeah, Logan, I'm going to put my money on a pass play here.
That was a big loss by Brown, but you just love that never give up attitude by him. You know, he's fighting for yards. He kept on pushing that play. Finally was pulled down, I think, by 3 PT defenders, so good job by him.
Corey Thomas in shotgun, and he will throw. Actually, he will hand the ball off. Nicholas Coxon who runs to the middle. Say that they might give him a yard. Actually, they'll give him 2. So we see third down and 13. With under 3 minutes remaining in the half. PT leads this one 14-7. A running touchdown and a passing touchdown by them. The Mustangs had a rushing touchdown at the middle. So they got great field position on the 2. And the fumble recovery on the botched punt attempt by quarterback Buffoon. And now we will see Patrick Crossy in at quarterback. an obvious throwing situation. They could run it, they will throw it. You see on the keeper, he will run to the outside. Get past the 20. The Mustangs trying to play it safe there instead of causing a turnover, instead of throwing it, risking a turnover, which will give Penn Trafford great field position. And now we will see the punt units shot onto the field as we get under 2 minutes, 25 seconds here remaining in the half. The Warriors lead this one 14-7.
Yeah, that was definitely a tough play for Crossy to make running. He had a long way to go. But unfortunately, they're going to have to punt here.
Back to return this time will just be number 25, Christian Jantz. Jacob Chapela on the punt, of course, for the Mustangs. So they will let the play clock tick way down. And it looks like somebody ran into Chapela. There will not be a flag. It looks like Chapela might have been hit on that one, but no flag. The referee standing right there says otherwise. And the Warriors will get great fielding position here. So they will start the ball on the Mustang 47-yard line with 1:50 remaining in the half.
Yeah, that punt almost blocked, really close, fingertips away from blocking, and that could have been costly this late in the quarter. But luckily we got it off, and we're around the 50-yard line.
We invite you to stay with us at halftime as we will see both marching bands, of course. PT will go first, followed by Plum. The Plum Mustang marching band. You can hear them warming up over on the sideline right now. In shotgun, Laffoon, and he will keep. He will run the middle, and he will get 4 on that one. So we see 2nd down and 6. Ball on the 43-yard line.
Yeah, Dylan Whiteman again. He has been everywhere, like I said before, with a big tackle there.
So Brett Laffoon in shotgun, career touchdown record holder for the Penn Trafford Warriors, and he has a man open, a deep man open, and that is a touchdown to Vecchio. Vecchio was wide open on that one, and that will put the Warriors up 20-7, possibly 21-7 in the extra points. We said last year there's been one game, as we said early in the game, there's been one game during the 17-game regular season win streak the Warriors are on in which they've not scored at least 20 points. That was against Plum last year. They scored just 17, and they already have 20 this one with 1:15 remaining in the half. The extra point is up, and it is good.
And it is good. What?
1:15 remaining in the half. The Mustangs have a huge drive coming up. They still have, I believe, 2 timeouts remaining. 21-7. They are down. The Warriors 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. As we are seeing their great players dominate this game early, but the Mustangs defense have put up a great fight. Now we hope to see the Mustangs offense do what the Mustangs defense has been doing all game, and that is find a way to beat the Penn Trafford Warriors.
Yeah, Logan, it is no secret, like I said before, Penn Trafford, one of the best in the state, and they're showing it here, but Plum not doing a bad job containing them, because this score could be a lot worse if we weren't doing a good job containing them. So we just have to focus on coming back the second half here.
So as we await the Terrabrella kick.
Yeah, this drive is going to be very big. You know, you want to go into the locker room only down 1 possession, not 2 here. So.
And that kick will be short again, but Crossy will return it. And he'll get past the 20 and get hit immediately. He'll get to the 25-yard line. 1:10 remaining in the half is where the Mustangs will start this drive. We see their offense come onto the field. We did not see Corey Thomas come on. It looks like Patrick Crossy remain at quarterback.
Field goal territory.
It's only 21-7, just a 2-possession game. The Mustangs are down.
Yeah, their goal here is just to get a field goal territory, just to get an extra 3 points. It never hurts. So Shout out to the other guys in the booth for putting that idea in my head.
3 receivers to the far side. One split wide to the middle.
In shotgun, we will see Crossy.
Far side on the short side of the field.
He will snap and he will throw quickly with Teeter. Teeter tries to catch it. He'll roll it incomplete.
Pass was a little bit high. Teeter went up for it, just wasn't able to.
1:05 remaining in the half now, 21-7. The Warriors lead this one. Again, we invite you to join us at halftime as we will see both marching bands perform. The Warriors marching band will perform first. They will then be followed by our Mustang marching band, and then we will be back to give you our halftime report.
8 plays so far. Pretty solid defensive performance too.
Yeah, they're going to try to fit in a few more plays here before the end of the quarter. And half, I should say.
We try and bring you stats from the first half. Also at our halftime report, Corey Thomas in shotgun. And he will hand the ball off. It looks to be Coxon. Coxon will run up the middle. He will get the first down. He will try and fight his way for more, but the PT defenders, multiple of them right there. Nonetheless, it gives the Mustangs a first down. They will move the chains. 57 seconds where the clock will stop. Of course, it will restart again when the Mustangs take the line. Ball on the 38-yard line. 1st and 10, down by 14. Now the clock starts.
And Plum is coming back and huddling as the clock is running.
Back to the huddle.
The clock is still running.
47 seconds to go.
To know what is wondering what is going on by the Mustangs, but now they would take the line. In shotgun, we see Corey Thomas.
38 seconds to go. 1st down and 10.
Thomas will throw.
Stanford coming with pressure.
He has pressure, but he will scramble out of the pocket and he will get tackled. He will gain 3, and the clock keeps on ticking. Under 30 seconds now. The Mustangs looks like they don't have to find a way to stop the clock if they want to put more points, but they are showing no signs of hurrying. 2nd and 8 now. Looks like the Mustangs are just going to let this clock tick away. They might get 1 play more. As Corey Thomas trots to the line.
Seconds left to go.
They're going to let the clock tick out.
So they leave.
So at the end of the first half, Penn Trafford leads this one 21-7.
Well, that was interesting.
Just a quick recap here. They got their first touchdown on a run. They have 2 passing touchdowns in this game, both Laffoon to Vecchio. They're a great quarterback and they're a great receiver. The Mustangs were able to get a huge touchdown early that tied the game up 7-7. Whenever there was a botched punt, they put them at the 2-yard line before Crossy was able to run it in on a couple of plays. So at halftime, we invite you to stay with us. We'll see both marching bands here. 21-7, Penn Trafford Warriors lead this one, and we'll be back after a short break.
Let's go.
do that now. And then there's another part. Oh, no problem, anytime.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to present the Plum Mustang marching band. Band under the direction of Mr. Bethany White, accompanied by Mr. Joseph, Mr. Fernando, Paul Gardner, Mr. Samantha Rossi, Band Penn Trafford, Some people
Wait, you were playing? You were in a band?
Did you guys lose the hearing?
Test.
We may be having technical difficulties. Is it? We apologize. We think you can hear us, but we don't know if we can hear each other.
I can't hear any of you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, now I just heard Matt. I couldn't hear him talking.
Plum's coming out on the field here to start the second half.
We will give you our halftime report. As we figured out what was going on with our equipment, we couldn't hear ourselves. We saw the audio taking into the camera. We could not hear ourselves. So time with our quick halftime report. We'll start with celebrity birthdays and this day in history. Matt, take it away.
Okay, today the famous soccer player Pele, as he's also known, 75 today. Ryan Reynolds, the famous actor, 39 today. Weird Al Yankovic, the popular singer, parody singer, is 56 today. Johnny Carson, one of the greatest late night hosts. It is his would be his 79th birthday, but he unfortunately passed away in 2005, January 23rd. And Matt Schultz, the singer for Cage the Elephant, is now 32. In this day in history, the Brooklyn Dodgers signed Jackie Robinson in 1945. That was a big date. 1988, Dan Marino of the Miami Dolphins, of course, also a player for Central Catholic, passed for 521 yards, 3 touchdowns, and completed 35 of 60 yard passes against New York Jets. It was considered the single greatest passing day in NFL history, and that still stands today, ladies and gentlemen. 1978, Brian Trottier of the New York Islanders broke an NHL record when he scored 6 points in one period. That was in 1978. 1993, the Toronto Maple Leafs set an NHL record when they won their 9th straight game at the start of the season. And last 2002, Brent Hall of the Detroit Red Wings scored his 1,250th career point. So very, very interesting day in history.
Before we get on to our stats, Dylan Morello, we would get a quick update against the Kiski-Connellsville game. 7-7 is the last update we have. 11:33 remaining in the second quarter. It looks like it might be about halftime coming up soon. We will bring more updates on that game coming up. And right before we give a quick stats reading.
And here we have the stats for the first half. First downs, you got 8 for PT and 3 for the Mustangs. Rushes for PT, you have 20 for 100 yards and 13 for the Mustangs for 40 yards. The rushing averages for PT is about 5 yards per carry. For Plum, 3.1. Passing yards, 144 for PT and 16 for the Mustangs. Not a good passing day for the Mustangs here tonight. Passes completed, 7 for PT for 12 attempts, 2 for the Mustangs with 6 attempts. Passing percentage here for PT, 58.3, 33.3 for the Mustangs. Total offensive plays, 32 for PT for 244 yards, 19 for the Mustangs for only 56. There's no fumbles in the first half here, no punt return yards. Kickoff return yards, you have 1 for PT for 26 and 3 for the Mustangs for 50 yards. Punts, 1 for PT with the average of 49 and 4 for the Mustangs, 43.3.
Into kickoff will be number 28, Nick Tarabrella. We will bring you more of the stats throughout this third quarter. As we continue, the Patrick Crosby will be able to return this one. He will get past the 25-yard line and get knocked down at about the 29-yard line, so they're going to give him the 30.
And penalties for only 1 for PT for 1 yard and 3 for the Mustangs for 34 yards. Time possession, you have 13 minutes, 15 seconds for PT, 10 minutes, 45 seconds for the Mustangs. And there's no interceptions tonight, so.
Not yet.
Good passing day for both sides in terms of completions, no interceptions. We will see Patrick Crosby in at quarterback. 3 wide receivers closer to us here. He will keep on the option. He will actually then toss to Coxon. Coxon will get 5 yards. A great play for the Mustangs to start this third quarter here. 11:46 now remaining in the third.
Yeah, in the first half, Nicholas Coxon had 3 carries for 16 yards with an average of 5.3 yards per carry, and his longest was a 13-yard run. He has no touchdowns on the night, but hopefully he can break through in the second half.
It's a beautiful night. Tonight there's not a cloud in the skies. The Mustangs take the second play of this drive. First drive of the third quarter. Corey Thomason, a quarterback now. He'll be in shotgun, and he will hand the ball off to Coxon. Coxon will run to the outside, and he'll have some room. He'll get up the middle, and he'll get down past the 50. And a great run by Nicholas Coxon that puts the Mustangs, the PT, 46-yard line. 11:09 remaining in the third quarter. 1st and 10. Mustangs trailing by 14, 21-7 to score. And they will get this start, this 4 down, right on the 46-yard line. The Warriors' 46-yard line.
Yeah, Logan, Coxon having such a great day. A lot of big runs. He hasn't gotten the ball too much, but when he has, it's been phenomenal. So hopefully that keeps up today.
Mustangs will again come out in the Wildcat. You see 3 wide receivers lined up on the far side. Patrick Crossy in shotgun. Shotgun Wildcat. And he will keep it on the option. He will run to the outside, and he will get a good amount of yardage there as he barrels a Penn Trafford defender, and they will give him a lot of yards there. Looks like they're going to give him 8. So it'll be 2nd down and 2 with 10:40 remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, Logan, one thing about Pat, he's in no way afraid of contact. He'd rather throw his body at the defender instead of trying to juke away from him or go down.
And right now, this is a great start for Plum. You know, coming right out of the gates at halftime, you know, probably had a good locker room pep talk by the coaching staff.
And Crossy will throw this time. He throws it behind the line. He finds Brown. Brown will get the first down. He'll get down to the sideline. He'll get tackled at the 30-yard line. 10:34 remaining in the third quarter. 21-7 to score. The Warriors lead this one.
Yeah, Logan, definitely playing a little bit safer. I'd say little by little. First down after first down, you're going to end up by the touchdown, and by then you should be on a big enough roll that you should get the touchdown. So let's see if they continue doing that here.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. You know, nothing fancy, simple, stupid. You know, just get the ball in the end zone. That's what you're out there for.
And it looks like there will be a holding call on the Mustangs, so they will not get the first down, and we will see 2nd down and 4. 10:33 remaining in the third quarter.
Once again, lazy penalties by the Mustangs. You know, just got a big first down, good run, and now they're right back, 2nd down and 4.
Patrick Crossy in shotgun, 2nd down and 4. He will hand the ball off to Coxon. Coxon will get the first down. He'll get down to 30, and he will get a lot of room, and he get to the 24-yard line. What a run by Nicholas Coxon.
And there you go. Like I said before, Nicholas Coxon, no touchdowns on the night, but, you know, he's definitely pushing right now, and that's what you want to see out of the big guy.
Yeah, he is definitely a big guy. He has enough strength to just power through defenders, and that's what he's been doing this game. And hopefully he keeps it up here. And it looks like they're going to probably keep him in for a good remainder of the game, too, because he's been on a roll.
Patrick Crossy in shotgun, quarterback, Wildcat. Third quarter with under 10 minutes remaining. And Coxon will run up the middle, and this time he will get 3. So 9:40 remaining in the third quarter. 2nd down and 7. The Mustangs trailing by 14, 21-7 your score.
And a couple of the other stats leading in rushing for PT is Jonah Lisbon with 10 carries for 84 yards, average of 8.4 yards per carry. His longest was a 36-yarder, and he has 1 touchdown on the night. Second in that column is Brett LaFoon with 9 carries for 19 yards with average of 2.1 yards per carry. His longest was a 38, and he has no touchdowns tonight.
Crossy, a quarterback. He'll hand the ball to Coxon. Coxon will run to the outside. He has some room. He'll get inside the 20. And he looks like he might have gotten the first down. Will they give it to him? Yes, they will. So that puts the Mustangs at the 13-yard line and inside the Heinz red zone. Get your thick and rich Heinz ketchup at your local Giant Eagle. 8:59 remaining in the third quarter. 1st and 10. Ball on the 13 for the Mustangs, trailing by 14. Coxon has had himself such a great drive on this one.
Yeah, there's definitely a fire lit under Coxon right now. He's doing everything right now. Just keep feeding him the ball. He'll make a play for us.
See Crossy here. He fumbles the ball. It looks like it's recovered by a Plum player here, but Yes, it is recovered by number 8, Nick Coxon. A little bit trouble there on the line. A fumble recovered by Plum. So a mistake proves not costly. Thank God, I should say, because we're too close to give it up now, that's for sure. So no harm, no foul, just one extra down. One less down we have to worry
Looks like
about.
there will be a loss of 3 on that one. Crossy be in shotgun again. 3 wide receivers lined up from the far side. He'll give this to Coxon. Coxon will give another nice game, and he will get them down to the 10. So we will see third down, my apologies, and 6. Under 8 minutes now in the third quarter. The Mustangs driving on this one. They hope to keep this momentum going, getting the first down here. Coxon pretty much put the team on the back and pushed them all the way down on this one.
Yeah, Logan, he single-handedly, almost single-handedly got him here. Definitely a lot of help though. So.
Crossy in shotgun. Trips lined up to the far side. He will throw to the other side. He finds Teeter. Teeter will break a tackle and try and get inside. He'll get inside in the 10. Will he get the first down? Looks like he might be a yard short. And yes, he will be a yard short. So we see 4th down and 1. Do the Mustangs go for it? They are down by 14. This is obvious field goal range for Chapel. He is very, very strong leg. This is very close. He just
a little chip shot.
Yeah, a little chip shot.
I mean, it's a 2-possession game, so I think 4th and 1, nothing to lose here. If you give it up on 4th downs, they're pinned down in their own zone.
And it looks like there's going to be a timeout called on the Mustangs. So Mustangs will go for this one, and we will turn it over to our stat man, Dylan Morello, who will read off the rest of his stats.
All right, finishing the stats for PT and leading receiving is Timmy Vecchio. He has 75 yards. His longest was a 43-yarder, and he has 1 touchdown tonight. Second in that column is Joe Paduzzi for 39 yards. His longest was a 35. He has no touchdowns. Now for Plum, leading in rushing is Patrick Crossy with 5 carries for 18 yards, average of 3.6 yards per carry. His longest was an 11-yarder, and he has 1 touchdown tonight. As we said before, Nicholas Coxon is second in that column with 3 carries, 16 yards, average of 5.3 yards per carry. His long was 13 yards. He has no touchdowns, but on this drive, you could definitely tell he wants to get at least 1 touchdown here tonight. For receiving for Plum, you have Patrick Crossy with 9 yards. His longest was a 9 yard, and he has no touchdowns. And Dylan Whiteman, second in that column for 7 yards. His longest was that 7 as well. He has no touchdowns tonight.
Thank you, Dylan.
The Mustangs at the 5-yard line. Huge, huge play. 4th and 1. Ball on the 5. The Mustangs get it here. That would be huge. Patrick Crossy in at quarterback, and he's going to hand the ball off to Coxon. Coxon's going to run to the outside. Will he get it? Yes, he is in the end zone for the Plum Mustang touchdown. 6:32 remaining in the third quarter, and the Mustangs make this a 1-possession game against the number 2 ranked Penn Trafford Warriors. Their defense has played great all day, and now their offense, led by Nicholas Coxon, what a huge drive we just witnessed by him, puts the Mustangs in the end zone for the 2nd time today.
Yeah, Logan, not going to lie, I was getting a little bit nervous watching him run parallel to the first down without crossing over. I was afraid someone's going to come up behind him and tackle him behind the first down, but it ended up good. You see Traffler here to kick. He's been kicking good, like Logan said before, D1 prospect.
Yep, and Coxon could erase that 0 next to the touchdowns.
Oh, he takes it away. Patrick Crossy throws it, and that's a touchdown, baby. That's a 2-point conversion.
And what a play by Plum there. That fooled me, and I'm up in the booth. I can imagine how bad the PT defenders feel right now.
Oh,
that was insane.
That was beautiful. I don't know if that was on purpose or not. Maybe trouble at the snap or at the catch, but all in all, it ended up well. Mustangs get the 2-point conversion for the score of 21-15 Penn Trafford. 6 minutes, 32 seconds left in the third quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just a great game on both sides of the ball. Patrick Crossy, again, renaissance man of football, defense, offense, quarterback. He's been doing everything. And right here, you see that he has an arm and he has an eye. So beautiful play by the Mustangs. If we keep this momentum. Dylan, what do you think about that?
Yeah, that was like I said before, just a beautiful play. It just shows how versatile every player on Plum really is. You know, all of them could run, all of them could catch, and apparently all of them could throw. And you know, it seemed like a little bit of miscommunication there on that last snap, but you know, it worked out for the best. And a one-possession game now, just it's up to the defense. You know, they've been up to the task already, as you've seen throughout this game, of keeping the Mustangs really, you know, in the game, you know. And now it's up to them once again to make a big stop here and get the offense right back on the field.
The Mustangs will kick this one off now. Jacob Chapler on the kick. Score is now 21-15 with 6:32 remaining in the third quarter. Back to return will be number 7, Joey Peduzzi, and Vecchio. And this ball is high, but it'll be taken inside the 5. And Peduzzi's going to run down, and he's going to have some room, and he's going to break up a man. And Jacob Chapla, the kicker, will bring him down. Save what it would have been a touchdown there. And a great return there. Put the Warriors in great field position. They have a great offense. All the momentum is on the Mustangs sideline right now. Don't forget that. But the Warriors being one of the best offenses in the state, one of the best team in the state, arguably. Now have great field position. So they would get the ball here to start this drive at the 37-yard line. 6:22 remaining in the third quarterback. Lisbon in Wildcats, and he will keep. He will run to the outside, and he will have some room and get up the middle for what looks like a 9-yard gain. So we see 2nd down and 1, 6:14 remaining in the third quarter. Keysport, my apologies, Penn Trafford wins this one, leading this one by 6 with 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
And Penn Trafford still resorting to the run here. You know, there's still some holes in that Plum defensive line. They're breaking the tackles and getting big gains. I thought during halftime, you know, they'll try to figure something out, but right now PT still has Plum's number on the running plays.
I agree, Dylan.
Quick game update. So it looks like, I believe it was a timeout call. I believe they're actually going to add time on the clock. But quick in-game updates. The Kiski game, they are leading Connellsville 21-7 now at the half over at the historic Davis Fields. We were there earlier in this year for the Plum-Kiski matchup. The unfortunate loss by the Mustangs. They're playing much better in this one, only trailing Penn Trafford by 6. And you see the quarterback and hand the ball up to Lisbon. Lisbon will get the first down. Not much more there. And they will mark it down at the 47, and they're to give them the run. Actually, mark that at the 48. Under 5 minutes now remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, Logan, this game definitely a lot more high scoring than the last time we played PT. PT winning 17-10. We're already way past that, and it looks like it's not going to stop.
Laffoon in at quarterback. He is in shotgun. He will hand the ball to Lipson. Lipson will run up the middle, and actually it will be a play action. We'll actually hand off to Laffoon. It fooled us up here in the broadcast booth, and it fooled the Mustangs down the field. There's a flag on the play. Late flag on the play. Laffoon got the first down there on a great option play. She ran up the middle, fooled us up here in the booth, fooled the Mustangs down on the field. Just a very great play. We look to see they might get some more yards here on a penalty. Yes, and it will be a personal foul penalty called against the Mustangs. So there's a second personal foul penalty that will give Penn Trafford 15 yards. So the last one pretty much happened at the same exact spot that put them inside the 25. And they were able to capitalize later that drive and the first passing touchdown of the game.
And that's not a good penalty to take after a big play by PT. You know, it's just adding more and more yards to their drive, and not overall good by the Plum defense here.
Lipson in at Wildcat quarterback, and he will keep it, and he will not have anything. The fans wanted a holding call, but there will not be a flag. Under 4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Ball looks like it'll be down at the 18-yard line, so it'll be second down. It looks to be about 6. 4:15, the exact time remaining in the third quarter. Penn Trafford leads this one 21-15.
Yeah, Logan, these fans are not afraid to voice their opinion. We heard multiple holding yells from the crowd. Shows how invested they are in this game.
And LaFoon will hand the ball off to Lipson. Lipson will run up the middle, and he will get a nice game, but will not get the first. So we see third down and 2. They're going to spot it at the 15. So yeah, third down and 2. With 3:44 remaining in the third quarter. As we just said, Penn Trafford leads this one 21-15. They are threatening now inside the red zone.
Yeah,
Mustangs
Logan.
defense hoping to come up with another huge stop here to keep them in the game.
Yeah, this is a tough spot for Plum right here. They're close to the end zone. So, yeah.
LaFoon in at quarterback. Lipson behind him. He will throw. Actually, he's going to keep it, and he's going to run to the outside. He will get the first down and get tackled inside the 10-yard line. We should spot him down at the 9 to be exact. So we see first and goal, ball on the 9-yard line. 3:11 is where the clock is at right now in the third quarter. The Mustangs are trailing by 6.
And the Plum defense right here, they need to force a turnover, play aggressive, or at least hold them off to a field goal. You don't want to give up a touchdown right now.
So under 3 minutes now remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, to be honest, we'd be happy with anything but except for a touchdown.
Buffoon in at quarterback, Lipson behind him. See a man motions to the other side. You hand the ball off to Lipson. Lipson runs at the middle, and he will keep stumbling his way into the 5-yard line. Looks like they're going to spot him down at the 1.
Yeah, it looks like he ran into his own guy there. He was trying to almost bear crawl to the end zone, hitting his own player and going down.
Under 2 minutes, 30 seconds now. This is a good time to bring the answer to our trivia question earlier in the day. As last year, who led this matchup in receiving yards? The answer to that one for both teams was Patrick Crossy, as he had 5 catches for 76 yards. Not the big name receiver you hear about, more Ashton Teeter. He had himself quite a game last year. He's had quite a game this year. And as we say that, Penn Trafford will run into the end zone. That was the quarterback, Brent LaFoon, who plows his way into the end zone. And that will put Penn Trafford back up on the scoreboards. They will probably go for 2. I expect them to go for 2 here to make this a 14-point game. Right now the scoreboard says 27-15 with 1:58 remaining in the third quarter. We will wait to see if they decide to go for 2 or just play it safe, kick the field goal.
Yeah, Logan, I would not be surprised if we see them go for 2 here. Like Plum did, they might want to answer back, and it looks like they are going for 2.
And they will. Brett LaFoon in under center. Lipson behind him. He will hand the ball off to Lipson. Actually, he will do a nice play action and pull it, and he will have a man open at the back of the end zone. That was number 24, Colin McDowell. And that will make this a 29-15 game. And they will extend their lead to, once again, 14 points. Now we have to see the Mustangs offense to try and answer. They need a huge, huge drive here. 1:58 remaining in the third quarter. Still a whole quarter after this one.
It seems like every time Plum responds with a good drive, PT just counter punches right back. Plum just needs to do something to change the tide here, either a big play or just force PT to get a penalty here. Something has to change the momentum right now.
Yeah, PT's definitely putting their head down and going for it. They're not slowing down. They're not planning on slowing down, but it's up to Plum to make them slow down. So we have to see here, remainder of the game. Not too much longer left, 1 quarter left after a minute 58.
You'll see these teams in 2 weeks They likely will not play each other, but both these teams have clinched playoffs along with Kiski and McKeesport also in this section. Penn Trafford likely to get one of the top seeds. Even if they end up losing this game, they'll still probably get one of the top seeds. They pretty much clinched this section. The Mustangs pretty much clinched the 3rd place. There's still an outside look of them getting the 2, but they'll need to win this game in order to do so. And there is another short kick. Crossy will one-hand this one and bring it in. He's not gotten past the 30 in his run, but he'll get past the 30 here, and he breaks the tackle and gets inside the 40-yard line. And a great run by Patrick Croncy. It's the first time he got past the 30 on the day. We've used to seeing him make big returns. And this time they will spot him down at the 42-yard line. Great field position for the Mustangs to start this drive.
Yeah, Logan, Crossy been doing a great job basically fielding those balls like they're ground balls in baseball, bouncing right at him. It's a lot of pressure. If he fumbles, hits off him, kicks away, that's going to be a fumble. That's going to be PT's ball. He's been doing a great job scooping them up and running. He got a lot of yards there, too.
Crossy will be in shotgun. He's remained at quarterback, and he will throw. He has Kevin Brown behind the line. And that'll be Tucker behind the line. Great idea, but the pass not strong enough to get out there. It was very just laid up there. Took a lot of time to get to Brown. And the PT defenders, Penn Trafford defenders, were able to get to Brown before the ball did, pretty much, and break up. It could have been a nice play, a nice gain there. So it'll be a huge loss in that one. Now we see 2nd down and 15, ball on the 37 with 1:20 remaining in the 3rd quarter. 29-15, the Warriors lead this one.
Yeah, it just seems like the PT defense, they're reading the plays very well. Plum just has a little bit of hesitation.
And he will hand the ball off to Nicholas Carlosano. Nicholas Carlosano will get a nice gain. He will make up all that ground and get a little bit more. So we will see 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, Carlosano not playing running back too often this game with all the depth in the running back position. He's been playing a little bit of everything as well. Right there, he showed that he does have legs and is capable of running pretty good. So we'll see if they keep him in or not for the remainder of this quarter.
Under 40 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, 29-15. Penn Trafford leads this one. Crossy in shotgun. 3 wide receivers lined up. They will throw. It's the opposite man, and it looks like they will get the 1st down. They're going to spawn down right on the 1st down, so they might not give it to him. Yes, they will give it to him. They would not even bring out the chain game to see if he didn't get it. So it'll be a 1st down for the Mustangs. And now that will keep this drive rolling. 21.8 seconds is where the clock will stop in the 3rd quarter. 29-15, Penn Trafford leads this one. Crossy hustling to get out there to see if they can get one more playoff. Now we see the offensive line to the field. Under 10 seconds now. Looks like they are going to try and get another playoff. Crossy in shotgun. 3 wide receivers lined up closer to us. Crossy, he's going to keep this, and he's going to run up the middle. He will shake off 1 tackle, but meet 2 Penn Trafford defenders, and he will get a couple of yards. We see 2nd down and 8. That is the end of the 3rd quarter. Penn Trafford Warriors lead this one, 29-15. We saw the Mustangs have a great drive to start off this quarter. Penn Trafford immediately capitalized. Just a 3rd drive here in the 2nd half. Mustangs are threatening inside Penn Trafford territory, hoping to make this, once again, a 7-point game.
Yeah, Logan, not impossible for Plum to come back. We've seen them rally before in the past, and we're going to hopefully see it here again. 12 minutes left. That's a lot of time in this game, Logan. And hopefully we can see them fight back, get a few more points on the board, stop PT in their tracks. So only time or tell throughout this quarter to see if Plum has what it takes to come back. What do you think, Logan?
All he needs is just one more drive to put it right back up, and they are right back in this football game. They were only trailing by 14, 7 points. A touchdown puts them back in. Field goal would help. It won't be ideal. I think this might be coming up 4th down territory, as we just got a lot louder up here with, we told you about our technical problems about halftime. Our cameraman Dylan Fantone just made it a lot louder, and we're able to hear ourselves a lot better.
And
MVP.
Patrick Crossy in shotgun. He will keep it. He'll actually pitch it to Coxon will get a couple of yards there. It looks like we will see 3rd down and 5 coming up with 11:48 remaining in the game.
Yeah, Logan, we just gotta keep fighting, you know. Play it safe, obviously, but also don't be afraid to go for the big plays. We don't have that much time left to really be that cute, so.
Again, we would like to thank our cameraman, Dylan Fantone, one of our 2 cameramen with us tonight. Tyler Wilson, the other one, who just helped us out with some of our technical difficulties we had earlier around halftime. Crossy again being shotgun, and there's a false start call on the Mustangs, and that will back them up, and we'll see 3rd and 10 for 11:15 remaining in the game coming up.
Yeah, good job, Dylan. Cameraman, the unspoken hero of today.
See, he's pumping his fist next to us. He has a headset on, but refuses to talk for some reason. See, third down and 10.
I don't like to talk.
The unspoken hero speaks.
I have broken my silence.
Ball on the 48-yard line, PT 48-yard line. They'll say 3rd down and 9, but it looks to be 3rd down and 10. Under 11 minutes now remaining in the game. Mustangs show this one by 14. And there's the whistle.
Pat Crossy angry.
They will call a timeout. The Mustangs will call a timeout.
Yes, Logan, there's a Plum timeout. Pat Crossy not prepared for that timeout. He was ready for the play and everything, but timeout called here.
We would like to take this time to pause for station identification.
Comcast Channel 23, Verizon Channel 30. You're watching your flagship home for Plum Mustang Sports, an affiliate of Plum TV, the Plum Mustang Sport Network. Dylan, that is how it's done.
Well, I told you, I don't like to talk, man. That's why I'm the silent hero.
Dylan, the cameraman. You know when Dylan's behind the camera when you see it shaking uncontrollably.
Dylan, TV 2 student this year. Me being a TV 3, Matt not being a TV student at all. And under Dylan are able to start TV 1 in the second half of the school year. Crossy will keep this one. He will run up and he will get knocked down. Looks like they're going to give him a yard on that one, but it won't matter. And now we will likely see the punt unit shot onto the field on that one.
Did you turn into a cat? That 2 seconds right there. I think I heard a purr in there.
A little pause on my part.
Yeah, Logan, I'm a TV student at heart, though, of course.
Jacob Chapla, the punt, back to return. Looks like it will be Vecchio, just Vecchio. He will fair catch this one inside the 10. They're going to say it as a 9, but it looks to be less than that one. Doesn't matter, though, as they will have bad field position, good field position for the Mustangs defense. Penn Trafford Warriors will start this one at the 9-yard line with 10:02 remaining in the game. They are leading by 14. They could look to put the Mustangs away here if they score. Although the Mustangs defense has been great all day. They were great against them last year. They need a huge stop here.
Yeah, believe it or not, folks, Chapla did not punt last year. Zach Nolan did, actually, but he's been getting so much better at punting here.
And there's the handoff to Lipson. Runs up the middle. Looks to be a gain of 4 on that one. So we see 2nd down and 6. Under 10 minutes remaining in the game. We said the Warriors are leading this one 29-15. A 14-point lead, 2-point possession.
Yeah, long field left for Penn Trafford here. Not uncommon for them to one big play by the running back or a wide receiver though to get a few yards back.
So we see 2nd down and 5. And Lufin will keep it, and he will get the first down and a little bit more. Get down to the 25-yard line. So you see 1st and 10 coming up on the 25-yard line with 9:17 remaining in the game. The Warriors still lead this one by 14. And the Mustangs need a stop coming up.
So we're going to see the Mustangs here playing defense again. 10 yards left for the first down.
And the give is to Lipson. Lipson gets off to the left side, and he'll get knocked out of bounds. So that will stop the clock at 8:55 remaining in the 4th quarter. They're going to say he got the first down as they will mark him out at the 35-yard line. It looks like both teams have been getting some generous spots here. They don't even bother bringing out the chains to see if they got the first down. They would just give it to them. They've done that a couple times with Plum. They've done that a couple times with Penn Trafford so far in this game. So we see 1st and 10, ball on the 35-yard line with 8:55 remaining in the game. The Warriors lead this one 29-15. Liffin, he will hand the ball off to Lipson. And that will get a couple of yards there. So he's 2nd down and 8 on the 37. 8:40 remaining in the game.
And that was 3 running plays in a row by PT. The first 2 were for first down, so it's good to see Plum at least stop one here. They really got to put their heads to the grindstone here and come up big. Let the offense get back on the field, you know, do what they do best and score.
So now we will see the quarterback, Brett LaFoon, and likely a handoff here. Actually, he will keep it and run up the middle, and he will get a yard. So we see 3rd down and 7, ball on the 38. It's likely that Penn Trafford will run the ball again. They've been doing good work on the run games today. Hopefully chip away more at this clock over the course. Throw a deep pass. They always have a great quarterback, great wide receiver, and try and put the Mustangs away here with 7:43 remaining in the game.
Yeah, that was a great play by Nicholas Carlisano. He just went and busted right through the offensive line of PT, got right to the quarterback there.
And Lufin was going to snap it, but there's a timeout called by Penn Trafford before. So that will stop the clock at 7:30. At the timeouts, quick little recap of what has happened so far in this half. The Mustangs came out, drove down the field on the legs of Nicholas Coxon, who got into the end zone, and then they would later get a 2-point conversion that made this a 21-15 game before Penn Trafford would answer with a score of their own and a 2-point conversion of their own. And now just the 4th drive of the half. Penn Trafford leads this one 29-15.
Yeah, Logan, time running down here. Mustangs still have a chance to come back, of course. You never know what can happen in this game. Really not that far behind. Consider they're playing, again, one of the best teams in the state of Pennsylvania. Of course they want to win, but they should still not be too angry at the outcome. Of course you want to win, obviously. This is a huge game as well.
Buffoon in shotgun. The crowd's starting to get in this one, and he will push the throw. Actually, he's going to keep it and run up the middle. He couldn't find anyone open and get hit behind the line. There's a loss of 5 on that one. We'll see 4th and 11. We get under 7 minutes here remaining in the game. Now we'll see Crossy back to return, and the Mustangs are going to need a huge drive coming up.
Yeah, guys, Nick Coxon with that the big tackle there. Quarterback for Penn Trafford fighting through a lot of defenders, but Nick was the last to get to him. The one to bring him down there for 4th down.
Quick in-game update when we're coming back. Buffoon will hit a line drive punt and will take a very, very friendly Warriors bounce inside the 30. So the Mustangs will start this drive with 6:35 remaining in the game. The Warriors lead this one 29-15.
Yeah, Logan, that could have been a lot worse. So that would have hit Teeter in the back of the legs. Picked up by Penn Trafford. That'd be the same as a really long pass down the field. So when it ended up, could be worse. Well, still pretty good field position anyway. So see the Mustangs try to battle back here. Pat Cross, he looks like to be the quarterback.
A little playoff baseball updates. You will know the outcome of this game, of course, when this game airs. The Royals lead by 2 in the 3rd inning right now for 2 home runs. And Crossy is going to throw. He almost gets intercepted as he overthrows Kevin Brown, the intended receiver.
Yeah, Logan, it looks like it didn't have that great of a grip there. Not a great spiral coming off the hands there. You know, it wasn't picked off, no harm, no foul. Is the only thing I could say about that.
Yeah, Plum seems to be resorting more to the run this game. Their passing average is not really on point tonight.
6:30 remaining in the game. Crossy in quarterback, in shotgun. And he is going to run to the outside and throw. He has Teeter. It will be intercepted. Timothy Vecchio, the great wide receiver, coming up with a huge play on defense. 6:22 remaining in the 4th quarter. And now the Warriors will be able to take a lot of time off the clock. They lead by 14, and that interception hurts the Mustangs drastically. Of course, crazier things have happened, but that is a huge blow to the Mustangs' chances.
Yeah, Pat Crossy not used to throwing bombs like that, being a wide receiver and a defensive player, not used to throwing those kind of bombs. And you show here he didn't have it under control there.
And Lipson will come out in Wildcats, and he will, of course, run it up the middle, and he will get a couple. They're going to say he got 4, though it didn't look like that from up here. Another friendly spot, looks like, for the Warriors. So 6 minutes remaining in the game. The Warriors lead this one by 14, 29-15 the score. See 2nd down and 6 remaining in this game. And if the Mustangs go on to lose this game, they played great, especially considering they're coming off a 42-7 loss against McKeesport. Different outlook this week as they played a team that is arguably better than McKeesport and played them tough. Lipson will run up the outside, and he will get the 1st down. He will keep going down the sideline. He gets inside the 40. Looks like you get knocked out of bounds.
Nick Coxon knocked him out of bounds there. Great play by him.
Coxon stops the clock by knocking Lipson out of bounds and saves a touchdown that probably would have put the Mustangs too far out of reach to win this one.
And I will say here, Corey Thomas warming up on the sidelines, getting some short passes. So I'm going to guess that he's going to be put in next when the Mustangs get the ball for offense.
You see the Mustang student section start to head out. A lot of the other Mustang faithful still staying. It's still just a 14-point game. There is approaching 5 minutes left in the game. The Mustangs can get a stop here, create a turnover, or just get the ball back without giving up any points. A quick touchdown will put them right back in this game. Lipson will run up the middle. They're going to give him 3. So we see 2nd down and 7 under 5 minutes remaining in the game. I'd like to invite you to join us next week as we head out to Latrobe. It will be the last regular season. We then invite you to come with us 2 weeks from now as we will go to a playoff matchup wherever it may be. If the Mustangs lose here, then they have no chances of hosting a playoff game. And Laffoon will keep this one and run to the outside. Penn Trafford will clinch the #1 seed as they beat McKeesport earlier, 21-7. That was the score. The Mustangs defense played great against a very, very good offense that averaged 50.3 points per game coming into this one. Just 29 so far here. McKeesport is threatening. A 3rd down and 2, ball on the 28-yard line, under 4 minutes here. And we again like to invite you next week. We go to Latrobe. I'll be doing that game. I know Dylan will be there with us. I don't know if you guys intend on coming to that game.
I'll look into it later.
Of course, you also hear back. We hear back probably Nolan Carney and Nino Fischetti usually come with us on the road. Mr. Rick Barat will be replaced by Mr. Todd Lavarse. You're over in Latrobe.
Yeah, Mr. Lavarse, the semi-man, myth, and legend, as you said last game. Almost.
Todd Lavarse, one of the TV1 teacher for the Mustangs. You heard him last home game against Connellsville. He'll be with us next week against Latrobe to travel out there to be the last Mustang regular season game.
Yeah, look at that. That's a pretty comfortable game coming up. I think Mustangs definitely have it in them to pull it out for the win to end the regular season. Have a good segue into the playoffs. It's always good to see the Mustangs in the playoffs.
3:47 remaining in the game. 3rd and 2, ball on the 28-yard line. 29-15. The Warriors lead this one. Lipson gets the handoff, and he will get the 1st down. And they're going to give him a couple yards before that will put them at the 24-yard line. As the Mustangs will look to, again, try and stop them. More time will be able to tick away here. It is college football rules, so they have to wait to set the football, but the ball has been set, so we get 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. The Mustangs trailing by 14. And if the Warriors get a touchdown here, it looks like it will be over for the Mustangs. Lipson will run to the outside, and he will get about 5 yards. There says about 4.5, so we'll wonder where they spot him here.
Yeah, Logan, still yet to be decided.
And they're gonna give him 4.5 yards to be exact. But they're gonna round down and say it's at the 21-yard line. So 2nd down and 6. Ball on the 21-yard line. 2:43 remaining in the game. The Mustangs are trailing by 14, 29-15. The score against the Penn Trafford Warriors, number 2 in WPIALs, number 3 in the state. Buffoon runs to the outside, and he will almost get the 1st down in the play action. So we see 3rd down and 1. We don't know if he got knocked out of bounds in that one. They say he got down, so we see 2 minutes, 20 seconds. The clock ticks away.
Zach K with either the tackle or knocking him out of bounds. We do not know. Booth is on the side of the field.
And Plum will take, of course, will take a timeout to stop the clock at 2 minutes 18. And a huge play here for Penn Trafford Warriors coming up. 3rd down and 1 on the 15-yard line. If they get this, it looks like to be over for the Mustangs, who have played a very, very good game, especially defensively in this one.
Yeah, Logan. What about this break? Beautiful night, like you said, around 45, 48 degrees. Quite beautiful, not a cloud in the sky. And even though the game is not ending up the way that we would like it, as Mustang fans, it's still pretty good. Correction, 53 degrees. Thank you, Dylan.
I'm here to help.
The unspoken hero of our broadcast, Dylan Fantoni, got himself a tough week last week against McKeesport. And Lisbon will run up the middle, and he will run and get inside the 5. And that looks like it will put the Mustangs' hopes of winning this football game out of reach. That will stop the clock until the football is set. 2:11 remaining in the game. They trail by 14, but the Warriors need only a couple of yards to get another touchdown. Under 2 minutes now. Corey Thomas warming up on the sideline.
Yeah, in the games I've seen, Plum always has that never give up attitude, but just looking down at the Plum sideline right now, it's solemn expressions all around.
And Libson will run to the left side. They say he got the touchdown. The Warriors will say he got the touchdown, but they will spot him short, about a yard short, so the clock will keep on ticking. Get 1 minute 30 seconds. And there is an injury on the field. Yeah. Look to see who is that. Is
Penn Trafford player.
He's old Penn Trafford Warrior. We cannot see who it is, but he looks to be in some serious pain, whoever that may be. But again, like I said earlier, our unsung hero, Dylan Fantone, himself quite a game last week against McKeesport. Not only the great cameraman that he was performing, but in the limited space that we have, just a very, very small window, he's also pretty much our clock operator, giving us hand signals and telling us how much time was left.
That you could not read. Could not read my hand signals.
Yeah, Logan, I'm not too angry that I couldn't go to that game. Not too angry, but well, hopefully we don't have to do that again. So.
It was about 8 of us in this little window. When the McKeesport player got up, you cannot see the number.
McKeesport?
My apologies, Penn Trafford player. I've done that a couple of times in this game, multiple times in this game.
You got here from McKeesport pretty fast then.
Even though I am play-by-play, I still make some mistakes.
Really, Logan? I think that you're perfect when you broadcast. I don't hear any mistakes, actually. Same with me.
Player hurt was Will Schumacher, the center. So we have to thank our guys joining us in the booth from other radio stations for pointing that out to us. And LaFoon will keep that up the middle. The Warriors say he got a touchdown. No signal from the refs. So the clock will take under a minute. Penn Trafford has this game all but locked up. LaFoon played a great game. Vecchio's played a great game. Lipson's played a great game for the Warriors. For the Mustangs, Coxon played a great game. Crosby played a great game. Well, unfortunate luck. Do they have the touchdown? There's the touchdown. And that one will all but clinch it for the Warriors. As there's now a 3-score game with 51.5 seconds remaining in the game. So that game is over. Even though it's a 35-15 score right now, likely 36-15 score, bearing the extra points. The scoreboard does, in my opinion, does not accurately predict how this game was. It's like a much closer game on the field than on the scoreboards. And the kick is up, and it is good. If this score holds, which it likely will, this will be the second time that Penn Trafford has scored under 42 points this season. The only other time being against the other great team in this section, the other dominant team in this section, the McKeesport Tigers, in which they won 21-7.
Yeah, Logan, I think that's a good thing to take away from this game, definitely. And we didn't do half bad either. 15 points against one of the best teams in the state. Obviously, we want the win, but looking now, we'd be happy with this as well.
Yeah, you know what? Even with the loss, you could take key things away from it. You know, Plum, as Logan pointed out, has clinched the playoff spots. You know, it's all learning experiences, and this is just preparing you for the long road ahead, which is the playoffs. And a very good test. You know, it just proves today that the Plum D, you know, they're dialed in. You know, it's the end of the season here, going into the playoffs. You know, you want to see that from your defense. The offense, I think they still have some few kinks to iron out, but, you know, you got one game left, so good opportunity right now.
Back to return will be Crossy and Coxon, as you heard over the loudspeaker. And Crossy will fumble it, and it will bounce all the way back inside the 5, and he is going to try and make up some ground, but he'll take him down at about the 13-yard line.
Yeah, Logan, that is tough. You gotta
You gotta feel that like a ground ball, but obviously the football's not round, so it's not gonna bounce straight, and it's just gonna be bouncing everywhere. And good to bring it back though. So
Yeah, as Matt said, it is a chilled 53 degrees, so you know it's probably ice hands right now. It's towards the end of the game, so.
And at quarterback, we saw him warming up, will be Corey Thomas. We've seen Pat Crossy mostly in this game, but he will line up as a wide receiver. So the Mustangs try and make this game look much better on the scoreboard as it did on the fields. And Corey Thomas, he was under pressure, but he will scramble. He will get past the line, and he's going to get a nice gain there. So just short of the first down, maybe. Will they give it to him? Looks like they're going to spot him right at the first down line. Will they give it to him? And they will. So that stops the clock at 29.8 seconds. 36-15, 21-point lead. The Warriors. The clock starts now. And Corey Thomas in shotgun, of course. And he will, of course, throw. As he throws deep, he has Crossy. Crossy will be a couple yards short of the first down. And the clock will tick off. And that will be the end of the game. So the Mustangs played a great game on this one, although the scoreboard, like we set up here, doesn't accurately show how tough they really played the Warriors. The Warriors will win their 18th consecutive regular season game and move on. Guys, your thoughts on this one? Matt, I'll start with you.
well, Logan, coming into it, it is no secret that Penn Trafford is the second best team in the WPIALs, one of the best in the state. Obviously, that's a big factor coming into it. It's really, it was in the Mustangs' mind the whole time. You know, we're playing this beast of a team, great on both sides of the ball, and it was obvious here. It was obvious why they are such a good team. But Plum doing a good job as well, containing them. What could have been a lot more brutal of a game. I take away some key factors to how good Plum did, such as what Logan said. One of the games, Penn Trafford scored under 40. And of course, we got 15 points, and that's pretty good if you ask me, playing this good of a team. How about you, Dylan?
Yeah, you know, going off of what Matt said, you know, overall, I mean, you got to take away some key points from a loss. You know, it's not always hanging your heads. You know, good defensive play all around by the Mustangs. I mean, like I said before, the defense is really dialed in. You know, and that's great to see. The coaching staff has to be happy with that play from the defense. Offense, you know, I mean, they're trying their best. You know, they're fighting for yards, getting some big plays. You know, I feel like the Mustangs passing needs to be a little bit more in tune. I think the receivers are a little bit not synchronized with the quarterback right now, but the running is definitely on point. I love the players who aren't getting a lot of playing time, and the senior night came out, proved themselves, and they're on the field pretty much in this game as well, and they're contributing. And, you know, it's just all around pretty good play. You know, you got to take away stuff from a loss. So can't wait to see these guys going into the playoffs here for the big push.
Mr. Barat, your thoughts?
You know what? It really stinks, honestly, that Penn Trafford scored at the very end of the game, because I think the game, I mean, you guys, we all watched it. I think the game was a lot closer than the score indicates. Coming from the perspective of last week, 42-7 to McKeesport, I mean, Plum was in this game till the fourth quarter. Penn Trafford's real good. Hey, see, Steve. Penn Trafford, see, Jazz. The coaches are walking past us. Penn Trafford's the second best team in the WPIAL. They should have came in here. They average over 50 points. Last time I checked, they scored 36, and they scored with like under a minute to go. They give up an average of 6 points a game. Last I checked, Plum scored 15. Plum played well. Penn Trafford, a senior-driven team, should have came in here and should have beat Plum by 30 or 40 points. They beat Plum by 21, and they scored in the last minute of the game. They technically beat Plum by 14. So onward and upward for the Mustangs next week. They are at the Latrobe Wildcats. Plum should, if everyone beats who they should beat and loses who they should lose to, and you guys will mention it next week, Logan, Plum should finish third in the section, and hopefully they'll be a 7, 8, or 9 seed. Obviously, we're rooting for them to be a 7 or 8 seed so we can just come right back up here, and this isn't the last night in the press box. But regardless, I thought they played a good game, but you got to give credit where credit's due. The play calling from the Penn Trafford coaches tonight, the play calling was outstanding. They kept Plum off kilter the entire game.
The final score of this one, 36-15. The Warriors win it. Of course, just like last year, very positive. At least one of the few positive losses you will see any football team suffers. The Mustangs were in this game. It was a lot closer than a 36-15 score. The Plum will fall to 5-3 on the year, 4-3 in section. So my apologies again. Penn Trafford will improve to 8-0 on the year, 7-0 in section. They will go to 259, 180, and 10 all time. And Plum will fall to 316, 385, and 27 all time.
Boy, really love, before you close out, Logan, really be nice for Plum to be a 7 seed and Penn Trafford to be a 2 seed, and they each win their first round of the playoffs, and maybe we
see them again.
Happen to play them at Franklin Regional in the second round of the playoffs. Would love to play Penn Trafford in the second round of the playoffs instead of Woodland Hills or Pine Richland. No, sorry, just wishful thinking, guys. I apologize.
Like we said, we will be back next week in Latrobe. It's the last regular season of the game of the year, and then we will bring you the playoff games wherever they may be. The final score of this one, 36-15. On behalf of myself, Matt Bohinski, Dylan Morello, Dylan Fantone, Mr. Rick Barat, and Tyler Wilson, we'd like to thank you for joining us tonight. Please join us again next week against Latrobe. Good night, everyone.
Good night.